There we go. We live, man. We live.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine. Well, welcome, everybody. This is Vibing with Nikki's. I'm Nikki Forever Love.
I'm Nikki, baby.
And yes, welcome to our podcast. So basically, we're just starting this off to introduce ourselves, to get our faces out there, our names out there, and everything else, which we have other platforms that you guys can see us on.
Yeah, we're on Anchor, which is Anchor transfers over to Spotify and to Apple Music. We are on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We on what else we on? A little bit of everything.
Facebook.
Facebook, a little bit of everything.
YouTube.
Oh yeah,
We are YouTube.
Yeah, so go like, comment, subscribe, all of that.
Like, share, love, post, repost, and set us up so everybody can see it. Basically, we're very opinionated, and everything that we talk about is basically off of opinions, okay? Our personal opinions, our personal experiences in life in general of things that have happened or that we have been through or what other people have been through. So people that we have invited to our podcast will have their own opinion on everything that they're talking about. So today's topic is basically depression. A lot of us suffer from depression, and some people don't know how to deal with it or how to cope with it or understand what's going on, especially for women of color that deals with depression every time or every now and then, because I personally deal with depression not on an everyday basis. It comes in spurts.
I also deal with depression. I have been dealing with depression for many, many years. Don't know what triggered it, where it came from, but I am ADHD and bipolar 2 with a mimic. So I do have depression. I've recently been in depression from my mother's passing. And like she said, it comes in spurts, it comes and goes, and people deal with it differently.
Well, most of the time, I've been through that as well. I also been through depression after my mom passed. I had a recent spurt of it after my dad passed. But with everything, different situations cause depression to come up and different ways for people to deal with them. So basically, we're just here to try to give some advice, a listening ear to whoever has that issue of going on and how we deal with it differently and how do we work through it, because some people don't have the opportunity to talk to somebody else about what they're going through or how they feeling. Well, versus
Versus
when I
us.
when I met Nikki Baby, I met her on a cool, calm, collective situation, but it was kind of weird because I would have never expected to meet her the way I met her. And when I met her, it was like we clicked instantly. And it was never
It was just real
bad
awkward, really.
blood.
It was real awkward.
Yeah,
And
an
like,
awkward
maybe we should tell
situation.
that story in another podcast, how we met.
Yes, we will tell that story in a different podcast. But also, it came out to become like we were sisters spiritually and mentally. Like, okay, this is my other girlfriend. This is my wife right here. Like, on another type of lifeline, like, that's where it's at. And yes, I do. I personally, I can count on my hands of how many best friends or sister-like friends that's females that I have. And not many people have that. So for me, I have that with Nikki Baby. I have that also with another friend of mine, which y'all will see her coming up in maybe a few different episodes every now and then. And she's very talented, but she does deal with depression in a different way that we deal with it. But when you fall short and you don't have nobody to talk to, I pick up the phone. I'll be like, "What you doing?" She be like, "Nothing."
or
Me
in some
and Nikki
chaotic
Baby
mess.
talk every day, like literally every day, like we're an old married couple. Like we talk every day. Like, "What you doing?" "Nothing." But we do this, and we're trying to get out to people, even males, because males deal with depression a whole lot different.
That'd be
From
good to have a
females.
male on here to tell us how they deal with depression.
Don't be afraid, guys. You know, we're trying to open it up because, especially with being black males, y'all deal with it completely different than we deal with it.
Men don't show emotion, so you have no clue. They in depression, none whatsoever. And they
Now, some of them will cry out for help and let you know, like, look, something's not right. I'm not feeling good. Like, my mind is telling me to do this one way, and I feel like I need to do it another way. You know, they don't say it. Women don't say it neither. We lash out. We'll just start a fight or an argument or start crying, hooping and hollering.
flip out, go MIA or whatever. I do have a male
Right, go
friend that does
disappear.
have depression. I just thought about it, and they flipped out on me a month ago. They flipped out on me.
Yeah. But it comes in spurts, and it's like, man, who do I have to talk to about that? And then part of our podcast is about spirituality. And because some people believe in what they believe in, it helps them. And sometimes it may drive them worse into a depressed state because they're confused.
Correct. So
They're very confused.
So how do you deal with your depression, Nikki?
Okay, in the beginning, I'm not even gonna lie to you. In the beginning, like right after my mom passed, my therapy, because I literally didn't want to go and talk to somebody professionally, I would go to the tattoo shop.
Yes, that's why I got so many.
I will go to the tattoo shop for tattoo therapy.
Matter of fact, I need to
because
go soon. I ain't got enough.
I went and got tattoos because it was another outlet. I'm hurting in the inside, but I went and got tattoos, and the pain from the tattoo needle wasn't nothing. Cause I'm just sitting there like a G, like
I go to sleep.
Okay, we gonna do this.
I go to sleep sometimes. I just be like, whatever. When I wake up, I have about 5, 6 something done. I be like, oh, yeah.
Right, and that's how I dealt with part of my mom's passing, because I had other things going on too that even will make me fall deeper into that. So sometimes I didn't know where I want to go, who I want to talk to, or anything like that. And it's more or less to say, okay, yeah, you have your family members that is there for you, but you have your friends that's there for you that understand because they've been through that situation already.
All right. Nikki, why don't you look up the suicide hotline, just because we are talking about depression, and pinpoint that on our pack on this live. So just in case somebody is out there depressed enough where they want to commit suicide, because I know that when I first found out when I first found out I had depression, I had it from I lost my kids. I lost my kids to CPS. That was the first thing. And then the second thing, it was like I was going through a divorce. My husband asked for a divorce. That was the next thing. So I tried to kill myself, not once, but a bunch of times. So depression will lead you there. But I mean, there's always somebody to talk to.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
As a kid growing up, my parents, I can honestly say I give them hats off, and I thank God for them and my ancestors for them, because my parents was the type of parents that they was no nonsense bullshit parents, but they also were the type of parents to say, if anything is wrong, you can come to us and talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I'm the only girl between 2 boys. And my brothers, I they are literally like the best brothers I could have ever asked for. Sometimes I want to trade them, but you know what I'm saying? But when you look at it, you be like, nah, never mind. I'm not going to trade them in.
I feel you on that trade them in part. Trust me, I got a brother that I be like, Lord, why? Why? But I do have an adopted brother. I love him to death. I love him to death. And he helps me through my depression too, because he'll be like, bitch, get your ass up. Let's go do something. You finna get out this house today. Or put that bottle down, because I do drink heavily when I'm depressed. I do smoke when I'm depressed. We just gonna put it out there. I used to pop pills real bad when I was depressed. I mean, like I said, it's different things people do for outlet, and tattooing is one. I mean, that's one of mine too. Like I told y'all, I go get 5 or 6.
Since we're being honest, and yes, everybody, we are keeping it real. Like, we taking our clothes off, we getting naked with y'all and letting y'all know that y'all not by yourself, because I did the pills. I literally tried to commit suicide a couple of times
That's
by
why I
taking
got
a whole bunch of
one of
pills.
these behind my ear, the semicolon. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's this one. That means keep going. Keep going.
And I didn't just, the pills was the second step for me. The pills was the second step for me. And the first step was I was cutting myself. I would literally sit down in a corner with a razor or a knife, and I will cut marks into myself. Some people noticed and some people didn't notice it.
My daughter used to do that, and she wear long sleeves all the time because of that. I think I tried that one time, and that's just wasn't my forte. But I mean, everybody had different things, and that one I'd rather go get. Yeah, that one wasn't mine. But yeah, so the second part of our podcast is depression and sex. And so we do talk about sex a lot.
Yeah, we do talk about sex a lot, but it's still a part of depression, because some people will use sex as an outlet for their depression. And how does it affect you sexually because you're depressed? For me, in a couple of my episodes to where that I was in a bout of some serious depression, sex wasn't on the table for me. I felt like I'm not attractive enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not sexy enough, and I don't want to have sex. I don't want to do this.
Right.
So I wouldn't do it. And of course, in my younger days, people will be like, well, what's wrong with you? Did I turn you off? Or no, I'm going through something right now.
Yeah, and that's
And they
understandable.
wouldn't understand.
Because I know in my past relationship, the one I was in for 6 years, I would go 3, 4 months without having sex, and you'd be like, "What's wrong with you?" Look, dude, I'm going through something in my mind. I can't. I just can't. Mm-mm.
And it's basically, it's not them. It's
It's just what you're going through. It's just.
it's this emotional chemical imbalance that's going on in our minds and in our bodies, to where we don't have that impulse to get up and do it. But when it comes down to it, then yeah.
I mean, yeah, I might be. I mean, we could have sex, but I'm gonna be laying there like a lump on the log. I ain't gonna make no movement, no say. I ain't gonna say shit. I don't care how good you down there. If I'm not into it, I ain't into it. It's just not what's gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Okay?
Yeah.
But then
I,
sometimes I be so depressed where I use sex as an outlet to forget about the pain or forget about what I'm thinking about, and that's when I become a nympho. That's when I become a
Now,
nympho.
I'm not gonna say nuts is nothing's wrong with that, but something is kind of like wrong with that, because for some people, like, I haven't tried that as an outlet, because my hormones is really not there for me to try that as an outlet. But for some people that use that as an outlet to forget what's going on and all the different chatter that you're having in your mind, it deters it from an everyday situation. She don't want to answer that.
Nah, I'm at work. I'm watching the cameras, and she just picked up the phone and dropped it. Like, bitch, you not gonna? I mean, yeah, you not gonna answer the phone? I'm on break.
Right, like, I'm not doing this right
So they gonna keep calling. I wish I could hang up in their face, but they're called corporate.
now. That don't work that way.
It
That
don't.
don't
It don't
work
work
that
that way. It don't work that way at all. At all.
way.
Mm-mm.
And I just want everybody, to try to figure out, if y'all have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. We will answer them. I'm sitting up here and I'm looking for this phone number for you guys. They have so many different phone numbers for what we're talking about right now. They have depression phone numbers. They have the suicide hotline. They have a lot of different avenues to try to get some help.
I just want to say,
But
don't
it's stereotyped for us as being African Americans.
and don't be afraid to ask for help or to even go to a doctor. Don't think they finna just put your ass in a straitjacket and throw you in a white room. That's not what happens. I promise you. I've been to the mental hospital many a times. That is not what happens. Don't let the TV fuck you up, okay? Because that don't happen like that. It really don't.
No, it don't happen like that. Sometimes they will try to. I kind of feel like sometimes when you do go talk to some of them, that they kind of like think your situation is not as important as somebody else's situation, because they want you to go through all these different avenues for it.
Yeah, and they want you to take all these different pills and stuff. I will say, don't take the pills. Don't take their pills. No, unless you're in a state where it's legal. Yeah, tell them to write you a prescription for that. If you stay in California, Vegas, all that.
You good. You know, in certain states, marijuana use is legal. Here in Louisiana, they only doing it for medical purposes only.
And they still don't consider that a medical purpose. So, yeah, because Texas is the same way.
But depression is a medical purpose.
Right, but they won't prescribe it now. If you was in LA or Vegas, yeah, because my sister got it, and I need some of that. Send it to
One
me.
of my friends in LA, she has it too, and when I tell you,
it's raining in New Orleans.
It's storming. It just started storming.
Okay, because I heard the thunder. Oh, baby.
Yeah. So guys, this here is giving me a runaround.
I'm gonna think you need to pack your stuff and come to Houston, because that sounds bad.
It ain't that bad. It's gonna be bypass showers as always.
I'm going to the beach today.
Hopefully,
while you stuck in the rain.
Right. So far, I pulled up a number for a live answering service for the suicide hotline or depression hotline. You guys, it's 1-866-663-8309, and they can help you get to someone to help with some of your depression or some of your questions that you may be asking. It's a call-in service, so they may help a little bit, but I'm still looking for, crisis hotline near me. Let's try that.
I'm gonna be in New Orleans, all right? That would be in New Orleans.
I don't know. Like, being here has its perks.
I wouldn't be depressed. Well, I'd be at the liquor store. I'd be on Bourbon Street, drunk.
Keep your tail off of Bourbon Street.
Or I'd be at the Mississippi River, drunk. Be like them bombs over there.
Just don't fall in. All I'm saying is just
make sure you don't go to the steps and
right, but some people will feel like that's the best outlet for them to do.
Wait a minute. That ain't the option.
That's how bad it is.
That ain't it.
Because I thought about it. I was like, should I take this goddamn car and just drive it off there in the state?
That ain't. Look, just call me. I'm gonna tell you to turn right, turn left.
Right, like no, don't do it. You're gonna leave me here to have to deal with all these people by myself.
Nah, I need you here in real life, not in spirit, sitting on my shoulder talking about it. I need you here in real life.
You know what you was doing. You should have known better. I told you not to leave.
We're talking about depression and how people deal with depression in different ways that they deal with depression.
Hey, Mackie. That's my cousin, Immaculata. And Mackie is woke.
Okay. All right.
She's very woke. And I love her to death.
We need more woke people in the world. We need more.
Right. And on some of my depression days, Immaculata has been there for me, literally. Like, she was like, come on, cousin, we about to go. Like, it has been so bad to where when you got somebody in your corner that understands. If they don't understand right away, they know the different ways to try to help you feel like getting out of that funk. Because it's been days that I didn't want to get up and take a fucking bath, and she'd be like, come on, cousin.
I know, because
we get in this tub, and she will get in the tub with me or I would get in the tub with her because she's feeling some type of way and she doesn't have the energy or the strength to get up and do it. We'll literally get in the bathtub and wash your ass because that's how
Okay, Suge
people
Avery.
show up,
Okay, Suge.
you know?
But some people don't realize
And
they're in depression, like me. Okay, it's my last episode. I didn't realize I was in depression until I was talking to my auntie and telling her my day-to-day routines, and she was like, "You know, you going through a depression. You going in your state." And I'm like, "No, I'm not, auntie." She said, "Just listen to yourself." She was like, "You saying you don't want to clean up. You saying you come home, you sleep all day. You saying you don't take 2 and 3 baths like you usually do." Yeah, I'm that type of person. I take 2 and 3 baths. I'm like, "Nah, auntie, I just come and get to bed." And I talk to the dogs, be like, "I wish y'all die. Can y'all die today?" I love dogs, y'all. So if I'm talking about killing my dogs, yeah, it's an issue. It's an issue.
it's bad at that moment.
It's an
And
issue.
of course, I've been on the phone with her like many a times, y'all, and she'll be saying some stuff like random stuff off the top of your head, and I'll be like, "Babe, you all right?" She'd be like, "No," and she'll break down and start crying and be like, "I don't know what else to fucking do. I want to get rid of my dogs," and she really loves her fucking dogs. Like, they're her kids.
Mm-hmm.
She loves her dogs sometimes more than she loves her own kids.
Because they don't talk back.
But for
They
her,
don't ask for shit. Hell, they ain't spoiled. Hell. They ain't give me. Fuck.
but for her to sit up there and say she's ready to get rid of her dogs, yeah, I knew something was wrong.
I had 6 of them. I'm down to 2. It still hurt me that I only have 2. But until I get through going through my depression right now, that's what it's gonna have to be. Now, when I get rid of one of them, I can't get rid of them. I inherited one of them from my mom. So the other one, when I get rid of my favorite, oh Lord, we're gonna have a problem. I got rid of my oldest, really my grandkids have. But once I get rid of that one, then we know we got another problem. We got another problem.
So yeah, if y'all just listening and y'all driving, and my cousin says like sometimes like when you feel depressed, try writing it down, and yeah, try writing it down because you never know what you're writing down could be not just your feelings, it could be someone else's feelings as well. And when you start sharing that with other people that you trust, you can't just share it with anybody, someone that you trust,
Mm-hmm.
it can actually help that other person.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, cousin, we know you love your animals. Picture she got a white cat,
I want
a
a
white
cat,
kitten.
y'all. I want a cat.
And just so happened, this kitten came to her at the spur of the moment. And I feel like her mom, God rest my auntie soul, recently passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And she fell into a bit of depression because she's like, I wouldn't have never thought she would have been gone the way she went. And just so happened this white cat popped up, and it's a kitten. And when I tell you, she is so beautiful. And like I told her, that kitten was the ancestors guided that
Cats are
kitten to you.
spiritual, majestic. Since we were woke here, yeah, they're very majestic.
Of course. And she's so in love with that kitten. She is so in love with her. Like,
Animals help with
if y'all,
depression, y'all. Even though I be trying to get rid of mine, they do help. Animals do help with depression. My dogs know what I'm. They'll do one of two things. They'll either come to me and cuddle with me, or they'll run the hell out because they like this bitch is crazy.
and that they do. They do that. And like my birds, like I have birds. If anybody knows me, they know I love animals as well. But I have birds, and I've been having my birds for a good little while. And my sister-in-law gave me my first set of cockatiels. No, actually, that's my second set of cockatiels. The first set, my husband bought this cockatiel. We was in the pet store, and this bird just kept making all kind of noise. Like the bird became real mean. And the lady in the store was like, "You don't want that bird. That bird has an attitude. It cusses and it will spit water on
My
you
type
and
of
spit the
bird.
seeds."
My type of bird.
Right. So my husband was like, "I want that bird." I was like, "Okay, go back and get the bird. If that's what you really want, go get the bird."
My type of bird.
Next thing I know, this boy that went got the bird. and that bird name was Scrappy.
Oh, okay.
And when I tell you this bird had an attitude, I mean this bird had an attitude.
You should
So
name
just
him
so
Tweety
happened his
Bird.
uncle was teaching the bird how to say my name. He was teaching the bird how to say my name. And every time he would walk inside, he would say Nikki, say Nikki. And the bird would say Nikki. And my husband would look at the bird and be like, don't you say that around people. And the bird would just look at him and roll his head and then go to the bowl and get some seeds and spit it at him or whatever. Like the bird really had its own attitude, its own lifeline. Like that bird was meant for him to be his companion, other than me. But the bird like became our kid, and you couldn't tell that bird nothing. When the bird would let you know when he's hungry, when he out of food, when you need, and would not drink faucet water.
Oh, you had a bougie bird. That's right. You had a bougie bird.
A bougie bird, yeah.
Hey,
the
sis.
bird won't bottle water. Thank you, cousin. Thank you.
My sister is joined, just so she knows. We're talking about depression today, sis.
Of course. And that bird helped him out a lot. So one day, it just so happened, he said the bird was just in the cage making all kind of noise. And he said he told the bird, shut the fuck up. He said he went jumped in the shower, and he got out the shower. The bird wasn't making no noise. He goes back and look. His bird had done died. He called me on the phone. He said, oh, my bird done died. I said, what you did to the bird? He said, I ain't do the bird nothing. I just told him shut the hell up. I said, see what happened?
Oh, sis, we know your animals are bougie. We're not even talking about your animals.
Yeah, homemade ice. Bob drinks bottled water with homemade ice. Nah,
Yeah.
They expensive. But right after that, my sister-in-law gave us 2 cockatiels. And we've been having them for a while. And then by of age, as you know, animals get older and they start to get sick. And
you know what? I think animals go through depression too, because my mom's dog, when my mom passed away, my mom dog cried. Y'all, I kid you not, my mom dog cried when my mom passed away. Every now and then now, I think my mom is possessed in that dog. Because that dog know I don't like her. She know I don't like her, but these past couple of nights, she can come get in the bed and get under the covers with me, and I'll be like, "Bitch, what did you do? You know, we don't go together." But yeah, I think dogs have depression too. So not only do
they literally do, and a lot of animals, especially a lot of dogs these days now, are service animals, and cats can be service animals too.
What you say?
Everyone,
Lord. Cat a service animal?
Oh, yeah, cats can be service animals too, because what you don't realize is cats are very intuitional. They notice everything. They might not act like they notice everything and just get fat and want to sit all over your furniture, but they pay attention just like dogs pay attention.
I guess that's why they be rubbing on you and talking about meow.
Yeah, they will talk to you, and like even if you're sick, your cat or your dog will know that you're sick, that you're not feeling well. And my other favorite animal is guinea pigs, and I'm just like,
you know,
I don't know.
Since we're talking about animals, another favorite animal of mine is horses. Riding horses when you're going through depression is the best tranquility. That's like going to the beach.
Yes,
that is the best. To get on the horse
riding is good, because I do ride horses.
And it's going in the air, your hair galloping back. That is like the best. Like I'm in a whole nother world. My depression is gone for that second. I'm not even thinking about
it. Yeah, but you know, like when you're doing something to try to get rid of the depression, like some people go to the gym and they'll work out hard because they're in that depression, because they don't know what else to do, and working out in the gym helps them with that depression.
Mm-hmm.
It literally helps them with that depression, and they will literally be in there 3 and 4 hours out of the day.
I wish I had that drive. I can't even do 30 minutes in the gym.
If I I have that drive a little bit, and I think I still need help with that because I'll go to the gym and I'll work out, and then I'll be like, I'm ready to go home.
I don't do the gym because I don't have nobody to go with. So I need my sister to come from Cali. I need you to come from New Orleans. I need somebody to work out with me because I got to get rid of this tummy. Yes.
I'm working on it too, sis. I'm working on it too. I'm trying to get rid of this tummy too. And it's hard for women, especially
I
of
mean, that's
color.
another thing with
It is
depression,
hard for us
eating.
to.
You can't get rid of the tummy if we
Who?
eating.
Let's not go there because I have a sugar fetish.
I have a seafood fetish. I'm gonna go eat.
I have this fetish of when I know when something is seriously wrong because all I want to do is eat sweets. Give me a cupcake or a birthday cake and it's going down.
Yeah, you always going to the store getting a birthday cake. I'm like, what are you doing? Going to get a birthday cake. Whose birthday is it? Shit.
Nobody. I just want cake.
Mine is seafood. It's like, you know how people say they go do shopping therapy. No, I go for oysters. Let me go get some oysters. It's going down.
Yeah. Seafood. Okay, so I know there's so many different stages of depression, and we will be doing this again because I want people to ask questions or whatever. And
matter of fact, y'all, for my depression, I'm going to the beach. I said that once, I've said that twice. I'm going. I'm going today.
You said it 3 times already, woman.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to the beach today for my depression today.
And it's to the point to where there's so many different types of depression that people will go and do different things because they have that depression. For me, like I said earlier, one of my outlets were getting tattoos. Right now,
how many tattoos
when
do you
I go
have?
through it, I lash out, but I don't lash out as bad as I used to lash out. Because I find that I still have some people in my corner that I can go and talk to.
Hello.
And
hello.
Right. And talk to, and even if I'm on the phone just crying, they're listening.
Mm-hmm. That's good to know that you have somebody to listen to you and cry and listen to you slang snot and all that. You're like, bitch,
sometimes it seriously it gets that bad to where you do need somebody that you can rub your nose on their shoulder and they be like, it's all right, baby, just cry it out. And most people in the Black community, especially these days, a lot of people used to say, don't cry.
You weak when you cry. That's not true, y'all. Cry, let it out. Don't hold it in. Because me, experiences, I hold it in, and when I do let it out, it's like a goddamn Hurricane Katrina came through this hole.
Right. For me, it's like a ticking time bomb. Like, I'm not about to flood you out. I'm about to set you on fire.
Yeah, that's kind of like with my my mimic depression. I let it build up, and then I'm gonna explode, and ain't no telling what I'm gonna do. It just depends.
Yeah, and that be the bad part. That be the bad part because once you have letting it build up to where you don't know what you're gonna do
and who you gonna hurt or what you gonna say,
and it could be somebody innocent that you're hurting, and you wasn't trying to hurt that person, but they just got caught in a crossfire.
Exactly.
So, guys, I did find the number for the suicide hotline. It's 1-800-273-8255. And for some states, they're asking you to call 911 and talk to the operator, and the operator will direct you to someone that can help you.
Right off the top, Texas, if you live in Texas, 211, you call 211. They will tell you that I got a new name. Golden Nikki. Hello. Call 211.
Hi, Ty.
Call 211. 211 will help you find doctors and stuff like that if you need help. Even if just for somebody to talk to, I think I've called 211 once before, and they help me get help. Send me to rental places to go talk to people.
Yeah, even though now in Louisiana, there may not be as many clinics that you can go to anymore because of the budget cuts that people have been going through. And then with this pandemic, a lot of people are still suffering from depression because they can't be around people and they can't go outside and they've been confined and,
I'm about to go into
quarantined.
depression because I can't leave the country.
You can leave the country, get your passport.
I can't find it. Shit.
But
I need to go to Jamaica.
Look, let's plan a trip and we're gonna go to Jamaica. Ty, you need to get your passport together.
No, Black people in general, anybody that listen to this podcast, get your passport so you can get out the country. You got to see the world, live a little.
See the world. Yes, please, please, please do, people. Get your passport. Leave the country. Leave the state.
Yes.
Your first step.
Leave the state.
Leave the state.
The state.
Go somewhere else and see what they have.
Go to Cali. Go to Chicago. Go to Colorado. Look, first of all, if you live in a state that is illegal for weed, go to a state where it's legal. Let me tell you, the first thing you're going to want to do is roll you up a blunt and smoke it by the police officer because ain't shit they can do. Well, I went to Vegas Strip and the police walked by and I was like, oh, get high for that. This some potent ass.
Now, I can honestly say, I went to Jamaica. Me and my husband went to Jamaica. And granted, he was not in the best condition in Jamaica. So we're going to go back and do it because he was in a whole lot of pain, y'all. And when we got off the bus, just sightseeing, the people in Jamaica was so friendly. They was like, do you want a bud? Do you want a bud?
I mean, friendly. I went on a cruise.
And the buds was so big for $10.
Go to the Bob Marley house. Let them kids be knocking on your window. You want some weed? I had a man come to me with a big old garbage bag. He pulled out a pot. He had brownies in the pot. He had a big old stem. So you want the stem? I'm like, well, damn, how much is the stem? The whole stem. Yeah, they overly happy over there. I don't know what weed they smoking, but they happy. When Bob Marley say, what's that song? Don't worry about it.
Be happy.
Yes. Don't worry about shit. I don't even think
and I kind of feel like, okay, since we're talking about that as well, with the depression, marijuana does help some people in depression. Granted, the doctors does give you medication because these mugs gave me some medication. Had a nigga sleep for 2 days.
You too? That's why I say don't take this shit. My ass.
After my mom died, my dad was like, we know you got your issues. So I need you to go talk to these people for me, please. I said, okay, Daddy, I'm going to talk to these people. I get to the clinic, I'm talking to the doctor or whatever. And he was like, have you ever had suicidal thoughts? And I was like, yeah, I've had them. I've done it a couple of times. He was like, okay. So he writing on the paper. I'm like, what you writing? He was like, I'm just writing up your diagnosis. He was like, you're clinically depressed.
I clinically need a check now.
Thank you.
For real.
Can you run me my money? As my cousin said, can you run me my coins, please?
Bring me my coins, please.
And thank you. And they put me on Xanax.
That was my first one. I've been on Depakote. I've been on Abilify. I've been on all types of stuff. Depression is real, y'all.
You know what?
For real. While we laughing and joking.
The first time of me being on Xanax.
Look, tell your people to stop calling me 318. Tell your people. Come on, man.
The first time of me taking it, I didn't know you were supposed to break this pill down.
But it's just looking at the phone. What the?
She about to go into her depressed state, y'all.
I'm gonna go in there
and click out.
Mm-hmm. I sure am. My break almost over. Anyway, Nikki, we need to wrap it up.
Okay, so you guys, again, the number for the suicide hotline is 1-800-273-8255. call them if you feel like you don't have anyone else to
Hell,
talk
message
to.
one of us if you feel like.
Right. If you feel like you need somebody to talk to and you don't want to call the suicide hotline, hit us up on Facebook, Instagram. If y'all got my number directly, call me. I don't care what time of day it is, call me. I am here to listen. I don't judge. That's not what we do here. We don't judge anybody for what they do or how they feel or whatever, as long as you're not trying to commit murder, because I plead the fifth. I don't know nothing.
I don't know nothing. They come to me is like, I'm deaf, dumb. Yeah.
But on a serious note, guys, thank you so very much for tuning into our live podcast. This will not be the last of.
We're gonna try to do
Vibing with-
twice a week, y'all. And if y'all really, really like us, we might do more than that.
We're gonna try to squeeze it in. We literally are gonna try to squeeze it in.
Y'all got topics
and make
y'all
it
want us to
easier.
talk about? Let us know. Hit us up.
So again, likes, comment, share,
subscribe,
and if you haven't been added to our group and you are in our group and you know somebody that may like to talk with us or learn from us some kind of way, add them to the group. We will be doing kind of like a little screening because we don't want people that is crazy deranged. Yeah, crazier than us and deranged and potential stalkers trying to cause anyone in our group or listening to our podcast any harm. And again, this is basically off of opinions and personal experiences. So if there's something that you feel as though that you want to talk about or you can give us some insight on, feel free.
We can learn from y'all too. This is a learning
Of
experience
course,
from everybody.
Great to learn. Again, we're on Instagram, Facebook,
Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. We're on all of that.
StreamYard.
Yeah.
We're on StreamYard as well, but we're trying not to use StreamYard too much. But if we have to, we will. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. This is Vibing with Nickies, and y'all enjoy y'all day. Love y'all.